Good afternoon, my name is Brandon Sherrod, here with RespeCT TV, and I'm with my boy, Darren Payen, Vermont, class of 2016. Darren, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure. I just wanted to get to know a little bit more about yourself, and I guess where are you from? How tall are you? What position do you play? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 6'8". I'm a forward. I'm from Milford, Connecticut. Went to University of Vermont. Graduated last year in 2017, and then I went overseas. Played for a season in Spain, and now I'm back. I started playing when I was 10, like competitively, like actually with refs and everything. But I always played in the backyard with my older brother, who kind of pretty much coached me from the get-go, taught me how to play the game and everything. And then I started playing organized when I was 10. Got more serious about it when I was in high school, probably. I've always been a big man. It's like, usually, people like they're smaller when they're younger, then they have these huge growth spurts and everything. I was always the tall one. Like, I was always the bigger one, so I always played big man ever since I started playing basketball.
Sure. And so from middle school, you ended up going to Foreign High School, is that right, in Milford? Yeah. Tell me about your time there. How did you develop as a player?
I started there. I went there for 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, and I was pretty much mostly a back-to-the-basket player, kind of was used to set screens and mid-range jumpers. I left Foreign actually, and I went to Hampton Hall for my junior and senior year, and I developed a lot more as a player, getting closer to like college recruiting time. Worked a lot on my handle, my range, and I started dribbling the ball a lot more, so I became a lot more of a versatile player rather than just a back-to-the-basket player. I knew I was going to be a college basketball player, whether it was D2 or D1 when I was playing AAU, because that was where I saw the most competition. It's really outside of your league, like winter basketball, like playing in the spring and summer is where you see the best competition. So when I was playing against kids who were of the same talent or at a higher level, I got to compare myself that way, and I think that's when I realized, like, yeah, I can play with these guys. I can definitely play college basketball.
Who were some of the guys that you ended up playing against while you were in AAU?
I played against guys like Chris Dunn, Andre Drummond, who are also Connecticut guys. I found myself on the circuit against Caleb Tarzewski once, Ricardo Lido, big names like that who ended up, Chris Dunn and Andre Drummond obviously in the NBA now. So, I saw a really good competition on the circuit.
That's awesome. And then from Hampton Hall, did you go straight to Vermont, or what was your transition from high school to college like?
Yeah, I went, I didn't do a PG year, a post-grad year. I just went straight from Hampton Hall to college, but I actually went to Hofstra University first. A year into being at Hofstra, I kind of regretted the decision. I thought I should have just went to Vermont in the first place. So then, the time came around after my sophomore season was over, and I got in contact with the Vermont coach, and they took me back. So. It was a challenge, and I was making the transition from Hofstra to Vermont for a reason. So I wanted to make sure I made the most of it. It was necessary, and it was also a big mental thing for me, having made that transition. So it was something that ended up working out for me in the end.
And did you find it hard to juggle both school and basketball while you were in college, and how did you manage your time in that way?
I put a big focus on academics, and so like we had mandatory study hall hours that we had to do, and depending on how your grades were, they could decrease your hours. So I wasn't trying to be in study hall all day.
I hear you.
So I heard you. I got good grades like as soon as I got there, and then they decreased my hours semester by semester until I ended up not even having to go to study hall. So I think as a reflection of that, I managed my time pretty well. It was a challenge at first, but it was something that I grew from. So I majored in psychology, and I did sports management as well.
Interesting. And so do you want to have those two worlds overlap and collide for like a future job, or what was your idea when majoring in those two different fields?
I wanted to, definitely get into a career with something in sports. Dream job, possibly like being an athletic director. Was like the path that I was thinking about in terms of sports management. And then psychology, like psychology is applicable to anything in the world. It's pretty much knowing how to to deal with people. So, you know, that's pretty much applicable to any job. So
it's awesome. And then after college, so you transitioned from graduating from Vermont, and then what did you decide to do after that?
I decided to try and play overseas after college. You know, I had a bunch of people, agents hitting me up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media, and just like, I didn't really pay them any mind at first. You know, they was just like, oh, this Nikolai from, you know, Slovakia hit me up on Facebook, saying something about, you know, coming to this country.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't think anything of it at first, but then after the season was over and I kind of didn't know what to do, I said, you know, maybe I should probably give it a try. And I had always thought about it since I was in high school. So I went to Spain. I ended up going to Spain and I played a season over there. You know, it was an experience. So I definitely think that if you have the opportunity as a college player to play overseas, you should definitely do it. I was located in Benidorm, Alicante, in Spain, and I played for the Benidorm team. And I actually, one of my teammates, a good friend of mine, Billy McDonald, was a Connecticut guy, and he was on my team too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a rare experience to like have somebody over there that I already knew. So that was kind of what drew me over there, like immediately.
And what was the basketball? Did you find any differences between the way that they played the game in Spain versus the way that we play the game here in the United States?
Everybody can shoot.
Really?
Everybody can shoot over there. Even like the, you know, 6'11" bigs I was guarding was stretching it out, shooting 3-pointers, and like the FIBA line is a lot further out than the college line is. So it was a big difference between shooting college threes and shooting FIBA threes.
Growing up, obviously you've had a lot of mentors, coaches, and people that have made you the man that you are today and the player that you are today. So are there any folks that stick out to you when you look back on your experience as a basketball player that have gotten you to this point?
I would just say my older brother, honestly.
Yeah.
Growing up, he was always my first coach before I even, you know, started having actual coaches. We would go to the park and, you know, like my brother's 6 years older than me. So that age gap alone growing up was huge. So he was always bigger than me, stronger than me, faster than me and everything. So he challenged me to be better all the time. And even when he went off to college, I was like on the phone with him and he would always be on me, like, oh, you getting your shots up, you practicing? So it kind of just like, he always held me accountable. So then, you know, it carried me through high school and college the same way. Connecticut basketball players, they know who each other are. You know, it's kind of a tight-knit family. You know, whenever I came back home from college, we'd end up playing here, here at Yale, and like all the best basketball players in the southern Connecticut area would reconvene right back here at Yale. So I think it's a lot of talent in one state, and it's kind of like a family. If you're a Connecticut basketball player and you are playing at a high level, you know the other Connecticut basketball players who are playing at the same level.
Yeah. And so do you have any words of advice for you know, a Connecticut basketball player growing up now, someone who wants to either pursue the game at the professional level or someone who wants to pursue it in college? What would you tell them if you could tell them anything?
I would just say stay consistent. You know, there's going to be a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of talent in Connecticut, so there's going to be a lot of guys who are trying to prove themselves night in and night out. So I would just say stay consistent and, you know, just keep trying to work on your game and worry about the bigger picture always and just keep eyes forward. You know, just stay consistent.
No question. Okay, real quick, we're going to do some rapid fire. I'm just going to ask you this or this, and then you're going to give me an answer. Okay, all right. Red or blue?
Blue.
Chicken or fish?
Chicken.
Migos or Travis Scott?
Migos.
Drake or Meek Mill?
Drake.
Drake or Kendrick?
Drake.
Drake or Jay-Z?
Drake.
Drake or Big Sean?
Drake.
Okay. Gatorade or UCAN?
Oof. No, I'm gonna go with UCAN.
I'm actually gonna use this as a segue. We just want to shout out our sponsor, UCAN. Just when you think you can't, you can. Try UCAN today. Thank you. I just wanted to get that in there.
I'm glad you did.
So now, what do you do now? So I see you have a UCAN shirt on. Can you tell me a little bit about you know, what you do with the company and what UCAN is all about?
Yeah, so me and my friend Zach, actually, we work for UCAN. I do sales for them and just going around the Northeast, trying to advertise UCAN to a big market of like runners, especially our biggest market right now. So we're just going around, finding events. It's a steady energy product, no sugar, so it's no spike and crash. So I think, so far so good, and I'm hoping to continue.
That's awesome. All right, well, I'm Brandon Sherrod with RespeCT TV. Darren Payen, class of 2017 Vermont, good friend of mine. Great to have you here with us today.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Actually, don't press. Stop.
Hold on, wait.
We have a surprise here, people. My dear friend Darren is also a singer, believe it or not. And I would love for you to bless us with a song of sorts. It could be anything. You can make it up on the spot. It could be a song about UCAN. It could be a song about life. It could be a song that you just grew up listening to that you really enjoy. So without further ado, we're just gonna have a quick 5 to 10 second snippet, an appetizer of a song from our good friend Darren.
Hold up. Actually, I heard that Brandon Sherrod is a singer too. I've seen a lot about singing with Brandon Sherrod. So if you want to do a little duet real quick, I'll do something with you.
I personally don't know Brandon Sherrod.
Oh, you don't know Brandon Sherrod. Now we don't know Brandon Sherrod.
But I could certainly help you out. So what we're gonna sing today?
Oh man, you want to do a little same girl, R. Kelly Usher?
I don't know that.
You don't know that?
I don't know all the words. Give me, you have some temptation, some gospel. I'm a wholesome Christian that needs to.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. What do you got?
My girl, you know that song?
Ooh, yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Just hit a couple lines. I'll hit a couple lines. We'll be out. Go ahead.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl. Ooh.
We're gonna cut that out. Thank you guys again. Respect to you, my boy Darren. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for that song. My God.
I've got so